print prep. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Take note, Jerry.
Oh man, I told you we were on camera. Yeah, let's do it again. Okay, we are on camera filming. Remember basic rules for filming, man.
Yeah. Everything's perfect in the world of statues. Everybody should want to do this for a living. We never have any problems at the office.
Well,
everyone's friendly. And
look, at least I am always excited about coming here in the morning. That's good, you know. I might be tired, but I really look forward to be here.
That is where you want to be.
Yeah, that's the difference between a career and a job.
Spencer.
Only if you don't spray paint. How do they get lightheaded going into that room?
You can shoot that.
Yeah, I was about to.
So, Arham, I'm going to need you to tell me how you want these snakes grouped and split up so that we can print them.
Okay, can you give me a few minutes?
Yeah, whatever you need.
Yeah, I just wanted to finish doing this.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something very interesting. We have this customer that got our Conan sacrifice statue, and when he got his sword was a little bit bent. Don't know if you guys can see it through the camera. You see that the sword is a little bent. So that was a concern, and he thought that it was a defect. So. But this is not actual defect. What happened is that when we cast swords like this, we use a resin that is flexible, and it's more like a plastic. It's not a plastic, but it's more like a plastic than the actual polyester resin. The polyester resin, it breaks like glass. This is urethane resin that it's more flexible. And then, so it's the best resin for this type of thing. But the problem is, if you get this sword out of the molds too soon, and then the blade will still be soft and it might bend, especially when you pack and you stack tons of pieces on top of a table altogether, and then sometimes this happens. But this is not a defect. This is very simple to fix, and I'm going to show you how to do it just in case you have it also a sword that is bent. So the first thing we do is to get a heat gun. If you don't have a heat gun, you can warm it over your stove, not a open flame stove because you might burn the painting, but if you have an electric stove, you can warm it up on a stove too, or a strong hair dryer. If it's on the hot, it could also work. It would take a little more time, but it could work. So the idea here is to warm the blade enough till the resin is flexible again. It's just like metal. You know, when you heat up metal, it gets flexible. So the same thing goes for this type of resin. If you heat it up, it's going to turn flexible. And once it's flexible, and then you unbend the sword, get it straight again, and then you cool off under water, cold water, and then it's going to be forever permanently straight, unless of course you heat it up again. So I'm going to show you, this is really quick, and the sword, the problem will be solved. It's done. It's already straight. I don't know if you can see that, but it's straight. I don't even need to touch the blade. It automatically unbent because the casting was supposed to be straight because the master is straight. So once I heat it up, all the molecules that were, bent to, they just released, and the sword blade came back to its original shape. So it's there. I can feel in my hands that if I move it, the blade will bend with my touch, but that's it. It's straight now. So I'm going to just cool it off with cold water and ship it back to the customer. The problem is solved. So you can do that with any blades from any of our statues. I think most statues, even from other companies, have blades cast in this type of resin just because of that. They don't break as easy as polyester resin. So if you have an ARH statue, has a sword, and the sword is bent, that's how you do it, and this is how you get it straight again. Okay, so my question is that I understand what you're doing, but how are we going to send those emails out? We need a program to do that, right? Mass program to send mass emails? How do you do that then?
That's the newsletter. That's how you do it.
Well, I use it every week. I was holding on until she was here. Okay.
And again, it's just a rough draft, so if you want to make it
Well, the thing is that we need more pictures.
okay.
People don't like to read much, but they like to see pictures. So the interesting thing about the newsletter is that we get to see pictures.
Okay. How many pictures? What kind of pictures? Where you like them? Do you want anything with them? You just want pictures?
We want pictures of what's, if we're going to do it one a week, we need to have pictures of new products or products that are still for sale. Like for instance, what do we have in inventory now? Nothing.
Angels and darkness.
And Conan. Okay, and then we send a newsletter and say, hey, we only have 2 more angels and 5 more Conan, and then we'll be sold out. So you get it now, you won't get it, anymore. So things like that, it's interesting. And then you will show up pictures of upcoming products. Okay, we can send them maybe stills from the movies, or you just go into a camera here and take pictures of the studio, and then you post on the. Okay, so that's basically what we want. The text people probably won't read, but for the first one,
then they just want to send out emails for pictures.
basically.
Yeah, see, it should be a further marketing gig.
So we are working on the Aryan cape. We are preparing the molds for the cape, and this will be a 2-side mold. I think I have not shown this type of mold yet.
Yes,
Well,
Barbarian girl.
Oh yeah, the Barbarian Girl is this type of mold. Yeah, the two sides that we close together, and then we inject the resin, and we use the rotocast. Yeah, so this is what we're doing, but this is still the mold making process. And what we do here is we first create a bed, like a bed of clay for the cape to rest on, and like putting clay all around it, and it has to be flat, just like what we're trying to build here. And once this is done, we're going to close with the cardboard box, and then we pour the silicone here. Once the silicone hardens, we flip it over, remove the clay, put Vaseline on, and then do another layer of silicone. So it takes a long time to do this. It's really time consuming. It's extremely boring to keep doing this, but it has to be done, and this is what we're doing. Spencer started doing it last night, and we're gonna be finishing it right now.
The clay obscuring all the detail.
I was over there making molds for the base, and this is the cape. Those two molds are the last molds we need for Arian, and she will be completed and ready for painting. So I started painting the Death Dealer 3 yesterday, and I had the first layer of the skin color painted. Now I'm going to keep painting the skin color for the Death Dealer. The problem with the skin color here is that it's not a color that I already have, so I have to mix and match the color on the spot right now. So it takes a little more time to make the color that I'm going to use now. So from what I can see from the painting, he has a grayish, bluish, greenish kind of skin, like if he was a dead body color, I guess. It's very difficult to interpret that because the painting actually looks all the same, the colors. There's very little distinction between the colors of the armor and the skin, so it all looks like monochromatic. But let's see what I can do. Not going to be easy. So for shading, I will add a little bit of the base color, and a little bit of gray. color. And a little bit of green. So for the shading, I'm going to use the different airbrush, the one that has a thinner spray, and also I'm going to be using a different air compressor, because on the air compressor I have downstairs, it's regular, it's ready. Because the air compressor I have downstairs is too much pressure, so this one here has less pressure. So I applied the second layer of paint. You guys can see it from there, even if I zoom in. But I will show more later, better.
Looks good already.
Well, I will probably apply like 5 layers of painting.
Yeah.
This is just the second one, and I'm going playing by ear. You know what I'm saying? I still don't have a very clear idea of what the skin color is, but I will get there.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to apply some more gray,
Yeah.
and then highlights with white, and then I will do the veins with blue,
Yeah.
and like very thin veins like with blue. So I'll get there. And now I have to clean the airbrush. It takes more time cleaning the airbrush than using it up.
That looks cool though. Hopefully it'll settle.
Well, that's the idea.
Buy it! paint or whatever with the water because they dry at different rates and they'll, you know, it could crack and peel and.
No, don't worry, I've done this before. I'm just spraying a very light, you know, blue with the water, so it makes no difference.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just so it's. Yeah, I've done that.
All right. So Medusa's head is printing. Cut up all the snakes. Got the tongue on there and everything. So
Amazing.
moving.
Cleaning the airbrush is more time than painting. I have to disassemble the whole thing, clean inside, get the needles out. It's just a pain. And if you don't do it right, guess what? Next time you want to use it, it's clogged. So, yeah. Better do it right the first time. Okay. I have finished the airbrushing phase of the painting, but now we are going to do two more phases. One will be dry brush and the other will be the pastel. I'll show you what I mean right now. So, for this type of skin, I think that we need some texture on the skin. And to add texture, we use a different technique than airbrush because airbrush blends the colors very well, but it's hard to give it texture. And so I will apply a technique called dry brush on top of the work I've done with airbrush, and then I will, with that, achieve the texture that I want for this piece. So I'm gonna need some white color. Maybe a little bit of black. Let's see. And then I need a cloth, piece of cloth, and I need another brush that it's not in here. Yeah, this brush here. So let's start with this one and see what happens. I removed the excess paint, the paint from the brush on this piece of cloth, and then I apply it over the skin. This brush is not working, this will work. These horns are kind of getting in the way. And remove them because they are getting in the way from reaching the back here. I'm very happy with the results, to be honest, and I'm sure that once the whole statue is painted, we'll be able to have that same feeling that we got from the painting with the skin color I painted. What I'm still going to do is add some veins. But the veins I will do with the airbrush. So again, I'm going to go back to the airbrush to add some very fine veins, blue veins. Blue veins. Vem cá, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Lepsi, papai, lepsi. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, such lick, such lick. Okay. So it's about 8:30 at night right now. Everybody has gone home. Aaron has just left. And I'm here at the studio still alone, and I'm editing the movie from last night, for yesterday. So I have just finished painting the skin of the Death Dealer tree on both statues. It looks really good. Before I go home, I'm going to show in the movie how it looks. Tomorrow I will be painting the rest of the statue, but right now I have to work a little bit here and get this done because I have to start uploading before I go home. So So I have finished painting the skin color on the Death Dealer 3. And then I finished it. So as you guys can see, both are painted. And tomorrow, when I come back, now it's already 10 o'clock. It's already 10 o'clock at night. I'm tired. I just finished editing the movie from yesterday. And I just came here to show you guys this before I go home. Tomorrow when I come back in the morning, I will start painting the armor. Man, I'm really looking forward to see this one painted. I think it's going to be an awesome statue once ready. So yeah, that was it for today, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.